Good
Yes,
afternoon.
ma'am.
How are you?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you, first of all. I'm doing pretty well, ma'am. And ma'am, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing pretty well as well. Where are you actually? Karate Academy? The background behind you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, I do karate. I do martial arts. So here I am today. So that's why I thought, yeah, I should record a video with you in my karate academy.
Okay. Okay, so you can go ahead with your introduction.
Okay, ma'am. Obviously. First of all, thank you, ma'am, because you give me a chance to speak in front of you, not only you, but also in front of your audience, and it's a pleasant moment for me. And just I want my name is HK Sahid, and I belong from West Bengal, Calcutta. And actually, I'm a student. I just completed my graduation, and it was in 2023, end of 23, and currently, I'm teaching English, so just I'm working as an English tutor. So just to improve myself, to enhance my skill. So yeah, ma'am, that's all about myself.
Oh, you're working as an English trainer. So do you teach offline or online?
Online, ma'am.
Only online. Wow, that's good. So how's your experience? Are you enjoying teaching people?
Actually, yes, ma'am, obviously, because I feel when your passion becomes your profession, that time it will not get kind of boringness. Because I love English language. I like this field, not only English teaching, learning, speaking, everything I like. So that's why when I go for class, that time I don't take it as a work. I feel I'm learning, I'm enjoying, and just trying to make fun of with my students, and just it's a process of giving and taking. So I'm just learning from them something and trying to give something to them.
Great to know that. And what are your hobbies other than learning English?
Actually, as you can see, I'm in academy, so I'm a busy sports person. So I like playing cricket and doing karate, and as well as I'm a big fascinated towards English, reading books, a kind of any kind of books I like to read.
That's nice. So, how did this passion for karate start? Tell me about that journey.
Actually, ma'am, I feel when I see lots of young guns, they are wasting their times by doing by on not doing by playing video games and different kind of games, ultimately which is affecting their health. So I'm a person who always concerned about his health, and because I feel that the biggest important thing for our life is our health. So if our health is not supporting ourselves, then you can't do anything big. It doesn't matter how much money you are earning, that's not matter. So that's why I started, and I like what I like about karate. It will give you some teaching, some lessons of uh, self-defense, which is most important in these days. It's a need of art, and not only guys. I think for the boys, for the girls also, because nowadays we know the real face of our society. So that's the reason I'm here in this field.
Also, when kids are young, some parents resist, right? Maybe karate is going to make them
Yes.
more of like not, they will lose emotions and they become tougher and hard. So, is it true? When you join karate, do you lose your emotions?
Actually, not, ma'am. But it's a different type of, karate is a part of martial arts. In martial arts, there are lots of types.
Mhm.
In karate, it's all about touch back. It's about game. Like you can't use the proper, power, strength. Yeah, in MMA, in boxing, which is also a part of martial art. So there you can use. That's a kind of brutal hit, punches and kicks. So if you are going for kickboxing and MMA, that time obviously if you're mentally strong, if you're
Mhm.
that much courageous, then you can go for it. Otherwise, karate is all about building your kind of discipline, and also self-defense. It will
Yes.
teach you self-defense. That's
That's nice. Okay, then tell me about your English journey. Did you start learning English from your school days or later?
actually, ma'am, if I talk about English speaking, means English language, I have been speaking this language for last 1.5 years. after completing my graduation because I had taken English honors in my graduation field just to speak in English. I had a vision that I have to speak this language. But the tragedy happened with me when I completed my graduation. I was not able to speak. That time I was very shocked. What will I do next? Because I didn't achieve my goal, which I
Mm,
have set earlier. So then I started learning. I just started finding the ways. How can I start? Because what I believe is, I believe that practice doesn't make a man perfect. Rather, we need practice with perfection. So, because I've seen lots of students or lots of my friends that they're going to some institutes, but ultimately they are not speaking. So I thought if I go there, I'm not able to speak, then it will be wasting of time, wasting of money. So rather, what can I do? And then I feel that for learning any language, how did I learn Hindi? Because my native language is Bengali, so I can speak in Hindi. So I asked myself that how I learned Hindi by only watching movies and speaking with some of my friends. So if I can do the same with English language, so I can easily learn this language. Then I started changing my surroundings, like environment, because where I live, ma'am, I live in a village. So here no one can speak in English. It's a very daunting task to find a person who can speak in English in village. So
mm,
when I started, I thought, I told myself that you can't change the environment, or you can't wait for the miracle to happen. You have to do it by your
mm,
own self. So then I changed some of my habits. Before that, I was not a big fan of movies. Then I started watching movies to just improve my understanding skill, because I feel that before speaking, understanding is important. So,
mm,
ma'am, I started understanding, watching movies, and I'm a big lover of sports. So before that, I was watching Hindi commentary. Then I started, listening English commentary, and that's how I changed my own surrounding. Then I feel that yeah, I'm getting some uh, benefits and improvements in myself, and then I was not finding a person to speak, because
right.
yeah, obviously, if you become a good speaker, but you can't become speaker. So then
Mm,
I was trying to find a person. I was not getting. I was totally, helpless. And then I started mirroring, shadowing. But after some time, it will, very difficult to
yes.
do, because you need lots of motivation to, do mirroring and shadowing, because you
Mm,
don't have a real person.
mm,
And then what I did, I called in customer care for so many times just to speak with them in English, because I'm not getting it's a very funny thing I did, because I didn't have a person to speak. So I had a app where I used to purchase medicine, and
mhm,
then I started calling in that application, just
okay.
to speak with the pharmacist. So I called, them. I just trying to speak with them. So this is how I started, and then after that I was getting some improvement, I thought, and then this is how I started, and now I'm learning, and that's why I also created a YouTube channel, small YouTube channel, last 3 or 4 months ago, just to speak, because I know that I don't have anyone to speak. So
Mm,
if I can create a YouTube channel where I can upload some videos and I can communicate with strangers, as you are English expert, have been running English conversation videos. So if I can communicate with some speakers, so I can learn lots of things, and it's a very important thing to speak, maintain.
mhm. That's right. So I think now you have plenty of partners to practice, right? People might approach you for
Yes,
conversation.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right now I have some partner speakers with whom I can speak, and that is a blessing in disguise for me.
Amazing. You speak really well. And your story of how you learned English and how you reached up to this stage, even that's very inspiring. So tell me if you had any questions for me, you can ask.
Obviously, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And I just want to ask one question, it's personal question. When you started doing conversation
Yes.
in this platform, like what kind of differences or what kind of obstacles you have faced? Like it's very different thing to speak in a call, and it's very different to speak in front of camera. So how did you like deal with these obstacles?
I started having these video sessions when I was working as a trainer. So that was the first time I encountered this conversation type of calls. So the first conversation was very difficult for me because it was something new and I was talking to a person on a video called Stranger. So it was very difficult for me. Then I thought, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not able to do this and I can't do this. So for several days, I kind of ignored it, avoided joining calls. So, but then I thought I have to do this. This is what I want to do. And once it becomes a habit for me, it's going to be easy. So, whatever skill you have learned, it is maybe difficult for you first few times. But once you start, once you're into it, it'll become like really easy for you. Like English, as an outsider, if you see, like English is so difficult for me, I can't do this. That's what you feel during the initial days. But once you have learned it, once you've mastered it, you feel really nice using the language, speaking to people. So that's the same thing that happened with me. So that was a challenge. But after that, once I started my own YouTube channel, and I knew that I'm my own boss and this is for my channel, so I was pretty comfortable by then talking to people on video sessions. Now the challenges I would say mainly because some people, yeah, they do send mails, but then they don't join. So that is a time waste. So that is one challenge for me. Other than that, it's a wonderful experience actually, contacting people, talking to them, learning their stories. So yeah, that's my story.
That's great, man. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your story. Because uh, as I started, because when I started, I was also getting too much nervous. Now
Mm,
also, when I started speaking with you, I'm feeling a bit nervous, gym jams. But now, just as is going on, I feel a bit comfortable because it's a different thing. As I said, it's very daunting task to speak in front of camera or in front of audience because in our mind there are lots of things like someone will be judging me if I
mm.
do some kind of mistakes. So that's the thing I think happens in within our mindset.
Right. Yeah. English is one fear. The second fear is confidence. You're not confident enough to face people and speak. So no matter how much English you know, you should also be very confident in order to face camera, in order to face people. And as we say, face is the index of mind. So when you joined, I could sense it that you're getting a little nervous and your throat is drying up. But slowly you became really comfortable and you're speaking well now.
Because actually, ma'am, I haven't talked yet, too much on this platform, and especially like if you are speaking with someone who is, experienced and teaching in this field, for so many days, years. So that time, I think it's very common thing, and I'm also trying to. That's why I asked you the question: how can I, get command on this? It's a need of this hour.
Hmm. But I think you've already taken the first step. The more you challenge yourself, the more confident you'll become. It's not an easy task when you know that you're afraid of something, still attempting to do it in itself is a great task. And really, I congratulate you for taking that first step. Now, you've spoken to me, just when you speak more to more fluent speakers, then you feel that I can face anybody and speak now. So that will give you a different kind of confidence.
Yes, ma'am, that's why I thought if I can speak with, especially Santa ma'am, then I will be speaking with anyone because because, actually it will break the mental barrier because if you haven't spoken with someone who is expert and after speaking with someone, that time we feel, yeah, I did something, I made it, and after that I will be, communicating with any speaker, may what, what may come.
Hmm. Right.
I'm like, now I just want to ask you second question, which I have been facing. Like, as I said, I'm living in a village. So in village, ma'am, lots of, villagers, lots of villagers say that like when you talk about speaking in English, like when I started learning, that time I have gone through this question again and again that like why are you going to learn this language? Why are you want to become English speaker like Angrez ban raha hai? These kind of questions. Lots of people ask, and they will make fun of me, and these kind of I think fears will also very damaging for a student who is trying to learn this language. So, ma'am, like, what is your take on this? Like, how can we handle those questions or negative mindset and the people who are very cynical towards, someone who is learning something? How can we face as a learner?
That's true, actually. Even when I post videos, there are people commenting like, "Why are you teaching English? First, do you know Hindi? Why don't first you learn perfect Hindi, then come and teach English?" I know Hindi. Though I'm a South Indian, I know Hindi. But why are you comparing languages? Like whenever you're moving ahead in life, there will always be people who try to pull you back, pull you down from not doing things. But ultimately, it depends on your belief system. If you like doing something, this shouldn't bother you. It's like, the things when you see a horse running in a race, it will just focus on its path, right? So it will not have any distractions. So like that, you have to just train your mind. It doesn't matter. I like doing this. That is important. If you really love what you're doing, you will not care for what other people are saying to you. And I see that you have already mastered it, because if you would have considered their comments, you wouldn't have improved so much. Still, you continued in your journey and you're really doing a good job now. You're using good words. I mean, almost your English is perfect. You're speaking really well. So just ignore people. If you like doing something and you believe in it, just go for it.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, yeah, I faced it because, as I said, I live in a village. So in
Mm.
village, in every second, wherever you go, like if someone will gonna, if someone can't help you, they will at least mock you because lots of times, like they ask you why are you learning? You are Bengali, so speak Bengali, and then you know Hindi. So why it is necessary to speak in English? So like I feel that if they are educated, then you can convey something. But
Yes.
if they are not able to understand, then you can't make them understand if someone is not agree to understand. So then I started, as you said, you have to ignore. I did the same thing. Now, first of all, for first few days, I thought about them like they are saying something. Then I thought they are useless for me because I know that whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm learning, that's right. I'm not doing anything crime, any offense. So I have to move on. I have to carry. I have to focus on my goal, and whatever the obstacles will come, that will come, and I will do something which I
Mm.
need. So that's how I also tackled, not tackled. I have been tackling till now.
And you're a youngster, right? You will have a like world of opportunities if you learn English. You have your career ahead of you if you want a good job, or even talk to people of different walks of life, maybe South Indians or someone outside the country. Like it will open a lot of doors for you once you learn English. It's really important at this age. It's not me who created this language or me who is creating a hype around it. It is real. There are countries like China which did not want to adopt the language, but now for so many years they were like, no English, we are going to speak our language. But now everybody is adopting, everybody is trying to learn the language. So there is something in it, right? So it is a global language. It is mandatory for everyone to learn it now.
Yes, obviously, ma'am. And ma'am, like one thing I just wanna know from you that, like when we talk about English speaking, I've seen lots of students, lots of speakers, lots of beginners, in fact, they
Mhm.
started learning English from grammars. So, like, just I want to know from you that how much grammar part is needed when you talk about speaking, because what I feel also that English subject is different and language is different, but how much grammar is needed?
So initially you have to just focus, like when you asked about a beginner, you're asking like for a beginner, I would say don't at all go into that trajectory. Don't go into grammar at all. Because only thing is listen, listen, listen and speak. Listen, speak. These are the just two things that a beginner has to do. Grammar, like slowly when you get the confidence that you're speaking, then you have to learn only two things, that is tenses, prepositions. Because many people make mistakes in these two things, that's all. So I think parts of speech and all, when you learn to frame a sentence, you don't learn like, okay, now you'll get a noun, now you'll get a verb. That's not how you learn. You just learn the language, right? You're not going to write an exam for this. You are learning because you want to learn spoken English. So just listen, speak, and focus on these aspects of grammar when you're speaking. It's not that I'm saying you to sit and learn about tenses and prepositions. Of course, you can do a bit of activities and you can write the sentences. So that will act as a practice for you, but not as part of grammar, as part of spoken English. So do not focus on grammar unless you want to become a trainer, because then people are going to ask you questions grammar related. So then you must be having a little bit of knowledge on grammar. But other than that, do not focus on grammar. Just keep listening a lot, speaking a lot. That's it.
Yes, ma'am, obviously, right. Because I've also faced this problem when I started initially. That time I was also too much concerned about where to start because how much grammar is needed. Because uh, that time I thought I was thinking too much about grammars. Like while speaking, before speaking, I was thinking that I have to speak grammatically 100% correct. And then it was very difficult for me to convey my opinions.
Hmm.
I was getting each and every word after each and every word. Then I realized that whenever trying to speak in Hindi, I'm not thinking about that. That's why I'm too much fluent in Hindi. So
Hmm.
I will do the same, like not bothering about my mistakes. Yeah, if I do mistakes, I'm not the single person who is doing committing mistake. Everyone is doing. No one is perfect. So I will do it. I'll be the flawless speaker. Like may what come, what they will say. Just I need to do one thing at first. I need to make the person understand whatever I'm saying. Still, if I'm able to do this, then initially it will be okay. Then after I will be doing something. I will do something to improve my grammatical part. Because I knew grammar.
Hmm.
I have a good knowledge about tenses, everything. But whenever I trying to speak, that time I was getting problems. So then I started doing when I was focusing on grammar. That time I was not getting words, and when I
Hmm.
stopped, then I was finding something to speak.
Hmm. But how
And
did
as
you
you said, you're right.
grammatical errors? How did you correct it?
Initially, what I did, I used to record my audio while
Hmm.
speaking because I never go for a institute or any coaching center. Because if there is someone who will guide you, that time it will they will find your mistakes. But when I started, I never went for a academy or institute to learn spoken English.
Hmm.
Because I knew that I know in our locality there are lots of institutes, but they are only running their business.
Hmm.
They are not giving proper instructions, guidance. So then I
Hmm.
thought, yeah, I will not go there. I started recording my audio, and then I started, listening my radio, audio after recording. Then I was trying to find the mistakes, here I'm committing some mistakes, so I have to improve this in
Hmm.
this area. So by doing this, I thought, yeah, I improved a lot whenever I was going through my own mistakes.
That's nice. And what did you do for your vocabulary part? How did you, like, that is a major challenge for a lot of learners. Learning vocabulary is different, using it in your sentences when you're speaking, that is different. But you're doing it quite efficiently. So, how did you work on your vocabulary?
Actually, ma'am, one day I was thinking about how much vocabulary I know. I was thinking, I was just trying to judge myself. Then when I closed my eyes, I was getting only few words, few
Hmm.
vocabs, go, play, eat, fight, run. These are the vocabs. So then I was asking myself, I know more than these, but why these are coming in my mind when am thinking about vocabs? So then I come to realize that these are the vocabs I used to use in my general life.
Hmm.
Apart from these vocabs, I'm not using anything. So then I thought, yeah, I have to add five or maybe three, four vocabs each and every day, in my practice. And I will not memorize the vocabs. I will use those vocabs. I will use in speaking, in practice. So this is how I did, and I also have been doing till now, just to
Hmm.
extend my vocab powers because I feel that the more vocabs you have, the better speaker you will become. So and the another thing is having vocabs is not important. You have to use it. And that
Yes.
day I learned. That day I had lots of vocabs, but I was not using. And that's why those were useless for me. And when I started using, I thought, yeah, utilization of the vocabs is important. Not having the knowledge of vocabs. So
Hmm.
then I started using.
Right. Yes. So, you were asking me something. Please continue.
Yes, no, I was asking that lots of students or lots of beginners, they started, by using very different, difficult words, difficult vocabs initially, to make their English very, native or very high level. So what do you feel like? Because I feel that in India, lots of people, mostly 90% people can understand English. And if you're adding some flavor on that by using idioms, phrases, difficult words, so how can they understand you? So what is your take, ma'am? If you start using uh, tough vocabs initially.
I think initially it's not required. It's not even required even after some stage, because basic English is something that everybody can understand. When you're talking to people, English is like any language, it is just a means of communicating with people. So, do you see anybody on the roads like using idioms or difficult vocabulary while speaking? It doesn't happen. We are in this niche, we are creating content. That is why we are using these fancy words, because we know someone will understand in this community. But that doesn't happen in real life. When you talk about normal people, normal English, everybody can understand. So you like once you start using fancy vocabulary, then again you will be limiting yourself to your audience. Like different kind of people will only understand you, but beginners will not understand you. So if people are using it initially in their journey, it sounds funny actually, because they have so much of problem in their grammar structures and pronunciation. In that they're focusing on using fancy vocabulary. It doesn't sound good at all. Sometimes they use wrong words at the wrong place. So I would say do not focus on vocabulary at all. Just speak basic English. And once you feel that now I'm perfect with my English, like at least 80-90% I'm speaking really well, and it is my desire that I want to use fancy words, then go for it. But do not be under pressure that if I use fancy words, then I'll sound good. If it's your aim to become like public speaking, even in public speaking, you need to speak basic English, because you will be talking to masses and everybody has to understand you. So I would say not necessary, but if you want to, you can learn. But at least initially, you shouldn't do that. Just learn good English, focus on your fluency, accuracy. That's all.
Right, ma'am. Because lots of beginners I've seen when I was also starting, lots
Hmm.
of beginners told me that you have to use these idioms, it will make your English even better. So this is the meaning. So I thought in India, how many people, how much understand English. So they are not understanding normal English, and you are putting adding too much pressure by using idioms, which is very difficult to understand because you can't if you are going to understand idiom by the word meaning, it will be very very dangerous. So I thought also because that's why I asked you because it's very important to have your opinion that what do you think about these matters because it's happening. I also have been asked by lots of students that idiom is needed, tough vocabs is needed, or sound. And one thing, ma'am, I want to add in this, like accent. When we speak English, we think too much about I have to speak like a British, I have to speak like American speaker. So, ma'am, what do you think? I feel that we have a good accent, Indian accent. So I think we need to love our accent. It's very pure and clear accent. Anyone can understand easily. Ma'am, I know. What do you think? Should we speak, use British accent or American accent, or we just only speak in Indian accent?
No, for me, it is a clear choice. It is Indian accent all the way, any day. It's not any other accent, because it's not only me, a lot of people consider that Indian accent is the most easily understandable accent, because we speak clearly and we pronounce the entire word. When it comes to British accent, they do not pronounce the complete word. So that they just swallow up. It's like very little they pronounce. So it is the toughest accent to understand. British accent is quite difficult. American to an extent you can understand, but I think Indian accent is the best. It's neutral. Everybody from like beginners or countries from where people cannot understand too much of English, even they can understand Indian accent. So never run behind accents. They are natives for a reason. We are natives with our native language. So that is not our identity, but in English, we are using English as second or third language. So it's fine if we do not have the accent. There's a reason why we are Indians, right? So let us go on with the Indian accent,
Right.
which is like really beautiful. And the way we speak English, it's good enough.
Yes, ma'am, as you said, right, like easy to understand because the same as idioms, as you said, no one can understand idioms. The same
Yes.
if you are using Indian or British or American accent. So as an Indian, like it's very difficult to understand this
Mm,
accent because they,
mm,
as you said, like they are not, they didn't pronounce the word properly. So
mm,
that time also, like it's very difficult for most of the speaker or learners to understand those accents like British, American. I also feel like as you said, I also feel this was the question I wanted to ask you because
mm,
lots of students, lots of beginners ask me that I want to speak American accent, I want to speak British accent. So why you are not getting me the free hand to speak this accent? I always told the students that no need to learn British or American. You are Indian. So have you ever seen any American? They are trying to learn your accent. No, but we are trying to learn their accent. We are just trying to adapt their accent. So
mm.
obviously we have our own accent and we love it, and we need to use our own accent.
Yes, when you see a Britisher who's speaking from England or somewhere, though people know English, they'll ask each other, what is this man talking? Because they cannot understand it. So it is, do you want to be in that situation? No, right? You want to be in a situation where people can understand you. So don't go behind that accent.
Yeah, otherwise, if you have a mindset to showing off that I have this accent, so that time I think you can do it. Otherwise, if your intention is to make the person understand, that time I think you have to use a clear accent, which is Indian accent.
But if you want to go to that country and you
Like,
should be in a position to understand their accent, in that case, it is
yes,
justifiable if you are listening to a lot of that accent. But otherwise, not required as long as you're in India. Yeah, we have another six
yes,
more
ma'am,
minutes.
obviously.
That's all. So, is there anything else you can ask?
Yes, ma'am, just I want to know that how was your learning journey? Like, how did you started learning, or how did you learn this language? Because for you also English is not your native language. So how did you learn?
I've been learning English since my childhood. I went to English medium school. My dad was quite strict. You have to learn English, learn to speak English. So even at home, you have to speak in English, not your mother tongue. So that is how, from my childhood days, I have been speaking English. So that is how I started learning. Then it became my habit because, like at home, it was really strict rules that you have to speak only in English. So it became my habit. When I used to go out, English was the language that came first to me. It continued in my college days as well. So as part of campus placements, again, we are given soft skills training, etc. So in my company, I learned a little more of English. Then I moved abroad, lived there for a few years. So there, we didn't have many native speakers there, but the immigration, other thought it is when you're traveling. So that added a little more confidence to my English. So it's all collective. Whatever I'm speaking now, it's been like around 25 years of speaking English that has given me all of this.
That's great, ma'am, because you had a good environment to speak it. Like
Yes.
in your, as you said, you belong from a English medium school. For me, it was opposite because I belong from a Bengali medium school, Bengali
Mm,
medium college. Though I was doing English literature, but I have never English in my college life or school life. So I was also thinking that the person who belong from English medium college of or surrounding, they only can speak in English.
oh,
Before when I was not able to speak in English, that time I was thinking. But when
mm,
I started speaking, that time I told myself that no, and like if you are living in a village, if you come from a Bengali medium school, still you can learn this language if you have hungerness, if you have dedication to learn.
mm. Yes, you are the real hero because for me, it happened. I learned from childhood, but you guys, there are so many people who learned education from vernacular medium, but still from your own interest, through your own resources, motivated yourself and learned this language in like 1 year, 2 years. So like it's really commendable. So you guys have a lot to share to people actually on how they can learn English as compared to me because I have been learning since my childhood. It's not, it came to me but you guys went to English and you learned, right? So you have a lot of things to share and teach people how to learn English.
Actually, ma'am, like English is for me is a kind of love. I used to say that cricket is my first love and English is my second love
And
because because of some reason I had to leave cricket because of some reason, and then I thought, yeah, just I couldn't make that happen. My one love and second love, I will be grab it. I will not let it go. So that's why I thought, yeah, I have to speak this language. Doesn't matter what will happen, but I will have to.
yeah, and you've done it. So just continue this practice, keep helping people. The more you teach, the more you learn and become better at it. So keep up the good work. I think we should wrap it up here. It's going to end very soon. It was lovely, really nice talking to you and really inspirational. So thank you for connecting with me today.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, it's a very pleasant moment for me because actually you gave me a chance to speak, and just I'm feeling that, yeah, I've done something because I have spoken with someone who had a great knowledge in this language. And as you said, you have been speaking this language for last 25 years. So now I'm feeling a bit comfortable that, yeah, now I ate it, I made it, and in future I'll be speaking with different speakers very easily because I have a mindset like now I cleared that, yeah, I've done something.
Yes, yes. You can focus a little bit on collocations, like a group of words, right? Instead of saying, I did a mistake, I made a mistake, because your English is already very good. So maybe here and there, just check your recording, like near to perfect. But since you're teaching people as well, so there's always room for improvement. So just good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Ah,
you, ma'am. Thank
yeah.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, ma'am. Thank you.